By far, one of the most common and annoying symptoms of perimenopause and menopause are hot flashes. Now, what I just want to say right off the bat, we've kind of been led to believe that hot flashes are a normal part of perimenopause and menopause, and we just have to kind of suffer through it, and there's not a lot we can do about it. I fully disagree, because I had many hot flashes for years, and I haven't had one, I don't even know in how many years. They just left. That imbalance left. And, I could think at the time, oh, it must just be me. But every single week, I see women in my program getting rid of their hot flashes. Like, when I say get rid of, I don't mean just they start to diminish and they have a few here and there. They're gone. They're done with. It's not something that they have to deal with anymore. They have the tools to balance these hot flashes now. So I know that if you are balanced, you don't have hot flashes. That's just the reality. And that's what I want women to know. It's not something that we just need to suffer through. There are natural and simple ways to have a life without hot flashes. So what is the root cause of hot flashes? To me, the root cause is digestive toxins. If we are eating a lot of food that is hard to digest, we're producing toxins. We can also produce toxins by not only what we're eating, but how we're eating. Are we eating really, really fast? Are we overeating? Are we chewing our food, thoroughly? I know for me, I was doing a lot of these things. I was overeating. I wasn't really chewing my food. I ate pretty fast, to be honest. It was no surprise that I was producing digestive toxins. Anytime we produce toxins from eating a meal, our liver has to process those. And if our liver gets so overwhelmed with environmental toxins, digestive toxins, even emotional toxins, it gets what I call hot and bothered. And a hot flash is just your body's way of coming back into balance. It's an annoying way, but that's what it's doing. It releases the heat because it's getting too hot. Your liver, there's too much inflammation going on in your body. So then it balances back out, and then it has to flush out again. So the best way, let's just go over a few quick ways to help you with your hot flashes. Make sure you're eating foods that are easy to digest. Fresh foods, not packaged foods. But also, I think for me, the key was slow down while you're eating. Eat mindfully, chew your food, be grateful for your food. Look at the eating process as a very enjoyable experience to be present for. Another thing we want to do is, this I think is obvious, avoid heating foods. So alcohol and red meat and kind of a lot of processed oils, those foods and drink are heating to the liver. And any foods, of course the chilies as well, those are obvious. I almost forgot to mention those. Spicy foods can also heat us up as well. So we want to avoid those foods as much as we can. That's going to reduce the heat in our body. The other thing that I think is less obvious is stress. Stress really heats up our body. So for a period of time, I was eating all the right foods. I felt like I was doing everything by the book that Ayurveda suggested to help relieve hot flashes, but I was still having them. My emotions were heating my body up. I was stressed, and when we're stressed, we feel hot. And we may not even notice it because it's just who we've become. That's how we've been operating. But once I learned how to calm my nervous system, and it didn't happen overnight, the hot flashes started getting less and less and less. And so when we can cool off our nervous system, the hot flashes will eventually just go. And the best way in Ayurveda to cool off your nervous system is to take time to sit, to find your breath, to regulate your breath. In for 5, pause, out for 5, pause. And if we have to come back to this breath all day long because we're so used to shallow breathing fast, then that's just what we have to do. That's how I learned to feel present and calm in my body. And yes, things happen and I react, and then I'm like, right, my breath, where is it? And it's okay to react. It really is. We're human. But how quickly can you get back into balance? And for me, my breath, focusing on my breath and being aware of it and present with it, is the quickest way for me to come back into balance. And I feel it. I feel relaxed. I know that inflammation and that heat isn't building up anymore. And I need to remind myself every day still, breathe. We take for granted, but of course we're breathing all day long, but we need to remember to consciously breathe, to slow our breath down so that we can be present and not just feel like this ping pong ball throughout the day, reacting, bouncing off of all these stressors that happen. And when we can do this, your hot flashes, you'll notice a huge difference. And maybe for you, they'll even just go away.